I'm not gonna lie to you, I genuinely forgot that Gobuto was still in the prison. I'm so glad that they brought that up in this episode. But at least it turned out alright for him, right? Good morning, good afternoon, you guys. Welcome to Otaku Chris is Talking. This is going to be a anime review for that Time I Was Reincarnated as a Slime episode 6. And this episode once again shows us why this series is clearly going to be one of the best series for full season anime 2018. And I say this because, come on man, an isekai genre obviously is going to grab my attention because I like games, I have friends who are gamers, and plus I don't know, there's something about the isekai genre which is kind of exciting. Oversaturated? Yes. Exciting still? Yeah. If an isekai genre comes out, like series comes out, I will give it a chance. Will I complete it? Maybe not. It might seem kind of just the same like every other series or whatever. But since Overlord gave me hope that isekai genres could do their thing. And after Overlord, this series came out, and this series, at first, I won't lie to you, you can even check in my last reviews and the first reviews for this series. I was comparing this series a lot to Overlord / to a few other isekai series, but this episode once again shows us why we need to just keep following this series, why the series is going to be greatness, not just because of the clues we were given in the opening or the huge spoilers we were given in the ending, but just because of how every episode we learn way more about the lore of this series, as well as world building, as well as characterization, as well as just how everything is always tied back to the beginning. For example, this episode's titled Shizu, which is also connected to the whole person that, like, who is Rimuru destined for, and it was the chick that was in the last episode in the crystal ball that I foolishly forgot to talk about, but I'm glad I'm talking about it now, and I'm talking about it right now as well, because if I didn't say right now I would have forgotten about it. But I'm glad that, like, she got introduced now, quite quick, quite soon. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know, depends on how the rest of the storytelling for the series is going to be, but she's also the same person that was in the first 20 seconds of the whole series who was engulfed in flames, and that has now been explained. I was going to actually kind of talk about like my theories of who this girl could be, but literally in the same episode they literally gave her characterization and a bit of backstory, and we found out that she's from Japan but from an earlier time to Rimuru. Now bring this to talking about Rimuru, oh my god, that ability that he showcased, which is going to be pretty, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are going to just kind of like gloss past that ability. And when I say ability, the ability that he basically allowed her to see his world, his how Japan has developed ever since her time. And the reason why I think that's pretty sick is because how else can this be utilized? I feel like he could probably use his telepathic. It's probably not telepathic, but basically using that, you probably use that ability to show to use it in war. Maybe you could probably use it for, I don't know, just any. Basically, you can use it for something. I'm not smart enough to figure out what you can use it for. Probably in the future, I can probably make a video about that. Actually, if you want a video about that, then do let me know. But that ability was amazing. Talking about abilities, we also got Gobuto, my man, leveled up, and not leveled up because of just his name like everyone else leveled up. No. He is now teaching the rest of the goblins how to summon a Tempest Wolf. That is fucking amazing. Like what the hell? This, like, I don't know, I think this series is going to go left and it goes right. I'm like, fair enough. I'm not going to question the importance of certain characters in this series, because Gobuto was the comic relief because my man was sleeping throughout the whole of the last episode, just in the whole prison. I was like, alright, what is your relevance to this series? But clearly he is extremely relevant, and I feel like he's a lot more relevant than I'm giving that I'm giving him credit for, or that I've given him credit for, that people are giving him credit for. I don't know why I'd say me twice, but it's my channel, so I want to say me 3 times if I need to. But so I really like that Gobuto's relevance to this series is just getting more and more. Shizu, the chick, though, was also the person in the opening wearing a mask, so I mean it was bound to be I don't know, connected somehow, because you know how openings are. But I'm glad that we got to see her ability, what her relevant to the story is. So she was summoned and not reincarnated, and she's aware that people can be reincarnated, which is also pretty freaking hype, because that means she's aware of the laws of that universe, and she's also aware and she remembers her memories and stuff of her prior life before she was summoned. Talking about her as well, when she was summoned, we got to see that she was summoned by some blonde guy who seems like quite a dick. He summoned her. You can see that she was humanoid, let's just say. She's a human, but they don't know that. And like, she's a young girl who's basically just been burnt and whatnot. And literally, all you can she was just gonna leave her if she didn't ask for help. He would and when I say ask for help, I don't mean like just ask for help. She was literally like burning, crying, confused, and my man just like, you know what? Fire demon thing, which I totally don't remember the name right now. Just take over. I give you her body. You know, fuck it. Just take it. So this is going to be interesting, because I wonder if there are other like gods or like demons or devils or whatever that I think. That are going to be connected to the series, and that possibly Rimuru could end up taking in, because if she was able to take in this fire demon god, does that mean that Rimuru could end up taking in one for himself? Because he has now absorbed different types of things, creatures, and objects in this series. So clearly shows that it's not like, I know, an actual god probably isn't too far-fetched, because he is something that just breaks the mold from what is the norm in this series. We also get the fact that like now the Goblin Village has 500 goblins. What the actual hell? I guess that's what Rimuru gets for I don't know, just changing the rules of the land. Like literally, the fact that the dragon, Tempest Dragon, has been taken out now means that all the dragons, not dragons, all the fucking animals, the monsters, everything is just going chaotic, and there is no fucking control. And now the goblins are like, well, we are literally the weakest ones because we don't have names. So like, we've heard about like, I don't know, some guy called Rimuru. Who's this guy? Turns out it's a slime. Fair enough. Turns out this slime is OP. Fair enough. Turns out this slime can fucking transform and level up and use some crazy abilities. What the hell? Talking about crazy abilities, Black Lightning. What? Excuse me? But how else? How else is Rimuru going to just be fucking OP? And his wolf looked way different to the rest of the wolves, which obviously is Rimuru, and like this height difference between himself and the other wolves, it's fucking stupid. So overall, I loved this episode. We, as I mentioned, we've got world building, we've got plot progression, we got the connection between Rimuru and Shizu. We don't know what their connection is, but we now know that they are connected, and she doesn't seem like a bad guy, but it seems like the person who summoned her may be a bad guy, and that could tie into the whole, I know, conflict between possibly Rimuru and Shizu in the future. Once again, I also want to bring up the fact that the ending song is just a bit too much. It just spoils a bit too much. I know I spoke about this last video, but it's just kind of annoying, because there's some things where it's like, I get it, there are going to be some characters that will eventually be fucking introduced to, but do they need to show us the transformations, the like, and all this kind of stuff? Because now I'm just like, god damn it, now whoever this person comes along, if they come along looking evil, I know they're going to have a nice form. But that being said, they may not even be humans, they could be monsters. Hey, okay, so that's about that. What did you guys think of this episode? What are your thoughts in it? What do you think of Rimuru's level up, his abilities, Black Lightning? What do you think of Shizu? Do you think her fire attack and like her control is fucking sick? Do you think, do you agree with me at any points? If so, then do let me know down below in the comment box what points you agree with. And if you disagree with me as well, then also fucking speak your opinion and tell me what you disagree with, so then we can have a good conversation, because no one's right all the time. I actually like the fact that people are telling me what I've done wrong or what they disagree with, because that helps me as a content creator grow, and as a fellow weeb, not just become one of those dickheads who are on YouTube who think like they know everything. Because I don't. I'm just a guy in my room watching anime, talking about anime and manga, and I feel like you guys may like that. So if you do, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Chris is talking. Can't wait for the next episode. Peace.